Guys, Rob Shoecraft here with Storm Fitness, and today I'm going to be talking about my Blendtec Total Blender. That, by the way, are broccoli sprouts, not some sticky, icky ick. Okay, so just so you know, this is Ohio. That'd be illegal, folks. Come on, grow up. This is my blender. This thing is my baby. As you can see, I have 4,573 uses. Had this blender for, I think, 9 years, 8 or 9 years. I don't know, somewhere around there. I'm going to explain why I love it. Now, I got to tell you guys ahead of time. I know I've gotten a little crap before on some of my reviews because, look, when I do these, I just happened to be walking in my kitchen today. I'm like, I got to review my blender. I freaking love this thing. I've used the crap out of it. I'm just going to wing it. And I wing my reviews, and I like to shoot from the hip. I like to talk from the heart. And I don't always have all the information. So if you're looking for something that's like a spec list, like a freaking MSDS report or something, please go look at another review. I guarantee you there are 50 billion Blendtec reviews out there, okay? This is just another one on the pile. What I will say, though, is that I have probably... I just have to imagine this review is coming from one of the more experienced users of the product. So I think I have a little leg up there for what it's worth. So this is the Total Blender. This is the basic consumer unit of Blendtec, at least the one they offered back in 2010 or whenever it was when I got it. Sucker was about $400. A good friend of mine was over. He was asking, this is a while back. He's asking, $400 is a lot of money for a blender. Do you think it's really worth it? And I said something like, if somebody, let me put it this way, if somebody were to break into my house and I had to choose between giving them my blender or getting shot in the butt or the shoulder or some sort of comparatively innocuous area, not that getting shot in the butt or the shoulder is fun, I'm sure, but I'd take it in the, take one in the rear. That's how much I love this thing. The readout here kind of explains that all. It blends everything. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Will It Blend videos, and they've blended cue balls and mop handles and Chuck Norris dolls, or I think they tried to blend a Chuck Norris doll. Surprise, surprise, didn't work. iPads, etc. So if it blends all that crap, it's definitely going to blend whatever you have in the kitchen. I'll make something for you right now. So I don't have down to my gym down there, my pole barn gym down the hill, where I train my folks, train my clients. I don't have air conditioning, and it's about, it was like 95 degrees and humid last night. So what I like to do is sometimes, if I'm feeling friendly, I'll blend up some like shaved ice for people. So, and I'll bring it down the hill for them. So I'll just throw some ice cubes in here. This is pretty neat. You just hit and there you have it. So you have all sorts of these presets. I'd imagine they're newer units. They probably have even more. But like I said, these all work really, really well. I usually just use 99% of my usage of this thing is for smoothies, like protein shakes and stuff. And now you have, I mean, how long was that? A couple seconds? Now you got like snowball quality ice. Look at that. It's freaking radical, man. So one of the things I absolutely love about this thing, and I never would have thought that this would be worth it, is the design of the jar. I'll get back to the unit itself in a sec, but the design of the jar, that's what they call it, the actual, like the vessel. So this is a wild side. This is actually my third jar. So this is the one, I guess this could be seen as a negative part of the review. I'll explain in a second, but anyways, the thing I absolutely love about these things, this is a little bigger upgraded version than the standard size. As you can see, it has 36 ounces marked, or what is that? 1100 milliliters, 1.1 liters. But it holds a hell of a lot more than that. But the way you can clean these out, so every time I go to like a friend's house and I use their blender, ice isn't probably the best thing to use for it to show. I mean, anything's easy, the ice melts. But just to show you, it's so easy to clean. Like anytime I use somebody else's blender and I try that out, it's just a pain in the butt. You gotta like get in underneath the blades and stuff. This, you literally just run water in it. I don't care what you've just blended, it will come out. It's just a breeze to clean. And when you've done that, 4,500 times, that time adds up. Those little, that time spent underneath the freaking blender blades, multiply that by 5,000, you got a lot of time cleaning your blender. So it really does pay off to have something that's easy to clean. That is huge. Okay, so I mentioned this is my third jar. This is the biggest jar. Okay, let me back up. After about, I don't know what it was, maybe, I'm ballparking, I apologize, maybe 1,500, 2,000 uses. We had to, it wasn't blending right, and I was starting to get a little bit of like this like metal dust of some kind in whatever I was blending, which is it's kind of gross. It's not really a good thing. But I called the company. We have a 7-year warranty on it, and they just sent us a new jar. They determined it's a new jar. This is the original base. This is the original unit. So this sucker has been putting in work, and it's all natural. This one, whatever that means. This one is the third jar. So we've had to replace them 3 times, and on the third time they offered us the wild side, the upgraded jar, and it's, it operates the same way, it's just bigger. So that's kind of the only downside I could think of. The customer service, however, was absolutely fantastic. I mean, there was no fight, no anything. It was just, let us know what your serial number is. We'll, because we registered it and when we first bought it, and just absolutely had no problem. They sent it right over to us, and we were good. So absolutely great. I'm trying to think of anything else I could talk about that maybe hasn't been said by your typical Blendtec review. One thing about this jar, normally, so this sucker has been used a lot, and I'm starting to get a little bit of, it's kind of loose up here. This is where you can like drop bananas and celery or whatever in there. Sometimes I make like Joe Rogan's Hulk loads, if you're familiar with those. They're terrible, but this thing makes them very, very quickly. Anyways, this piece here is kind of loose on the top. It's just been open so many times, and I have to like kind of hold that on there. Now I do, but when you get a new one, for at least the first couple thousand blends, you don't have to hold that on. Like unlike a lot of, you just hit the button and it'll go. But this one, it's just a little wear and tear. Yeah, that's about it, guys. It's just a fantastic blender. When this dies, I don't know when that will be, but when it does, I do fully plan to get a new another Blendtec. So Blendtec pretty much has a customer for life with Rob Shoecraft from 3 Storm Fitness. Guys, if you got any questions about my Blendtec blender or fitness equipment, exercise routines, something about why I have boogers in my nose, I'm sure I do right now. I haven't actually looked in the mirror this morning. Please subscribe to my videos. Let me know. Comment. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a thumbs down if you hate it. Let's keep it real, folks. Thank you very much. You have a great day.